Hello everybody and welcome to the United Standard. This is your Bruno Fernandes transfer update, and I tell you what, it swings from one way to the other. Yes, and I think there is a real responsibility on the mainstream media here. A lot of people have a go at fan channels, but fan channels are a fan opinion forum. You know, you talk about the news, you talk about performances. It's never meant to be 100% on the nail, but mainstream media, who seem to have a problem with fan content, have absolutely destroyed this Bruno Fernandes deal over the last 24 hours. Yesterday afternoon, we had Sky Sports reporting about this being a farewell game for Bruno Fernandes. It clearly wasn't a farewell game. The manager of Sporting Lisbon came out last night and said, Bruno's not aware of a deal. We're not aware of a deal. We'll have to wait and see. And what he also said is, yeah, you know what? He wants to play in a better league like the Premier League. We can't stop him from doing that. But this deal is not close. It is not close. And yesterday we were led to believe that it could happen this morning. I personally, and there is an update from Simon Stone I'm going to get straight into. Simon Stone, BBC, I think he's very credible. He's normally very reliable, and he's saying that the deal isn't close because there's been a fallout in relation to the fee. Sporting Lisbon want 80 million euros. Manchester United don't want to pay any more than 55 million euros. We'll talk about that in a minute, but that's not close, is it? That is not close, and this is what I mean. The mainstream media, if you research everything that was going out yesterday, especially from Sky Sports, they would have you believe that when we were doing the Bruno Fernandes watch-along last night, it was going to be, farewell, I'm off, everyone claps him, lap of honour. That did not happen. That did not happen, and the Sporting Lisbon manager said we hope to have him for more games to come. So this hope that he was going to be in the crowd tomorrow and he was going to be announced today, no, it's not going to happen. And what I would say is that I've always felt it was going to be after Sunday anyway, because if we get beat by Liverpool, you can guarantee they'll escalate this deal quicker and quicker. But what I want to say is, and I've said this before, this has to, well, it doesn't have to stop. You can think whatever you want to think, but I will repeat what I've said before. What the hell is all this fist pumping going on social media about, well, we won't be held to ransom, good old United, don't let Sporting Lisbon take us for 80 million euros. I mean, can I honestly say, I don't care if we pay 120 million euros for Bruno Fernandes. I've never cared what we pay for a player. Unless I think that player's crap, I don't care. I really don't care. When we signed Roy Keane back in the early 90s for 3.6 million and smashed the British transfer record, I didn't moan about it. I was like, we're getting Roy Keane. Obviously, with football becoming more statistical based, we get more involved in things. But if we save money on Bruno Fernandes, we ain't going to spend that on another player. You know, we had a £60 million net spend in the summer. It just goes to the shareholders. So I don't care about what we pay for Bruno Fernandes. Beggars can't be choosers. Get the bloody deal done. But what's being leaked out? I mean, Simon Stone's even saying it, and he's credible, so he's probably getting it from the club. United have left Sporting Lisbon in no certain terms, knowing that they will not play 80 million euros and they will walk away from the deal. Well, I tell you what, Manchester United, you walk away from the deal and think if you're going to get a lap of honour, fist pumps and praised for it, you can forget about it. We need midfielders. He's our first choice. Bloody go and get it. We are not in a strong position. We are not a big club anymore. We need this player. Go and get it. If you're being driven a hard bargain, so what? Go and sign the bloody player. If you walk away from this deal because, oh, we won't be held to ransom and you think you're going to get praised for it, you've got another thing coming. Could not give a shit. We have got record revenues at that club. We're one of the richest clubs in the world. We need this player. Sign the bloody player. I ain't walking around with a t-shirt saying, we didn't get Bruno, but we saved 15 million. Up yours. Quite frankly, up yours. Your negotiation has been historically awful. We need this player. You can leak it out to credible journalists as much as you like and try and win brownie points. Well, look, we wanted him, but we won't pay that price. Get the player. We're in the middle of January. We've got loads of tough games going. We've got a chance for top four. We've got a chance to win the Europa League. There are opportunities there. Sometimes you have to overpay to get a player. You overpaid for Harry Maguire, and I justified it. And I said, look, 80 million for Harry Maguire is too much, but he is an English centre-back. You pay a premium for that. We paid 80 million. We overpaid for Wan-Bissaka, 50 million. I agreed with it. I said, look, he's English. He's playing in the Premier League. He's got the potential to be really good. 50 million is the right price. You don't want to pay 80 million euros for Bruno Fernandes, who's been whacking goals across Europe for the last while. You can get lost. Ed Woodward telling me to shut up. Piss off. Now is not the time. Get stuffed. Get stuffed. You don't want to pay, well, as I said there, you don't want to pay the money for someone like a Bruno Fernandes, who is more than worth it. It's ridiculous. And I'm very, very, very not happy about it. Even I'm getting my grammar wrong. I'm very not happy about it because I detest this, and it's become part of modern fan culture that we almost go, well, yeah, we shouldn't be held for ransom. Let's not get held to ransom. Let's not overpay for a player. Why? Whether you're a United fan or an Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, whoever, why does it matter to you if you overpay? Why? Surely the bottom line is you get what you need. You know, if you've got a car and one of the wheels falls off, and you go to a garage in the middle of, you know, you're on the Nevada desert or whatever like that, one of them big long roads, right? The only garage there has got the tyre you need. On eBay, you could get it for 40 quid, but they want 80 quid. Do you go, well, I won't be held to ransom, fine, I'm shutting up and I'm going back to my caravan to watch porn, you know, and I'm not opening up for another day, so you either pay £80 million or you pay the 40. Well, I won't be held to ransom, thanks. Bye, see you later, closed, you've had your chance. And then you sit there in your three-wheeled car with your morals intact and wait for your bloody eBay thing to come up in about 6 months. Like, sometimes you've got to pay the price. And Manchester United are like that broken down car in the middle of the desert. There is somebody there willing to give you the wheel to put it back on the bus and get the wheel going again. And United are going, yeah, we won't be held to ransom. And you know why they won't be held to ransom? Because we're a business and we're not a football club. We're a business and we're not a football club. It's all about what the shareholders want. We mustn't overpay. We must negotiate every single pound. And this deal is exactly that. Now, I actually do think this deal will get done. I do think it will get done. It reminds me of Wan-Bissaka. I think we're going to see a lot of negotiating and eventually it will get done. But it really irritates me because I think United, if Sporting Lisbon did dig their feet in and went, we are not taking anything less than 80 million euros, take it or leave it, I think United will leave it. And that's the thing. I think we'll get the deal done because I think Sporting will drop their price. But I think the scary thing is we would walk away from this deal if Sporting demanded 80 million euros. And that's the scary thing because that is the lesson in this whole video here. Manchester United like to pretend. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer likes to pretend the money's there if he wants it. It's not. His first choice is Bruno Fernandes. He's not got him yet. He wanted Erling Haaland. He didn't get him. If the money's there for the player you want, Ole, you get the player. What the truth is, the money is there as long as it's not too much for the shareholders to spend. And that is the problem with Manchester United. We want players, but we want them at the cheap price that we can get them for. We want to negotiate it down to a cheap price. A proper football club says to Jurgen Klopp, what player do you want? I want that, we'll get him. Pep Guardiola, what do you want? We go and get it. That's how it works. That's how a proper football club works. A business works like this. You want that player, right? We can't actually get him because we don't want to pay the price. We tried to get him for a little bit less. We can't do it, so we're walking away. They did it with Perisic and Mourinho a couple of years ago, and they do it a lot. They did it in the summer with Bruno Fernandes, in fact. That's why we walked away. This January, we thought we could get him a little bit cheaper. So that's the situation with Manchester United at the moment. I don't think it's close. I don't even think it'll happen on Monday. But it's not. I don't think it's particularly... It could happen... Look, at the end of the day, it could happen at any time. It reminds me of the Wan-Bissaka deal. But as I say, I do think it will get done. But what irritates me is, if Sporting said, we want 80 million euros or nothing, going back to the three-wheeled car, you pay this price for this wheel or you're going nowhere, I think United would go, well, we're not going to be held to ransom. And the reality is, beggars can't be choosers. We're in a terrible situation. We've got no depth in the midfield. This is the perfect player for us. If you have to overpay to get it, you have to overpay to get it. But this is it. It's not a football club. A football club would overpay to get the thing that they need because it will improve their team. Manchester United, because it's a business, won't overpay to get the thing they need because it's about the bottom line. It's about the accounts. It's about pleasing the shareholders. And whilst we're run like that, we'll never be efficient in the transfer window. And efficiency is very important. We're in the middle of the transfer window in January, but there's loads of games going on. And we're negotiating 5 million add-ons here, there and everywhere when he could have been in the team on January the 1st. We could have had this player on January the 1st. People say, wow, it's only a week. But a week ago was the 11th of January. The January transfer window opened on January the 1st. We've probably been working on this deal for a while. This should have been done on January. If we were a football club, he would have been in on January the 1st. But we're not. It's always about saving a little bit of money here and there. So that's the latest with Bruno Fernandes at the moment. Highly irritated. I'm irritated with the mainstream media because I think a lot of crap was put out yesterday from people that are meant to be credible. And I think what's happening with the mainstream media, there is this rush, especially with Sky, to be first. We want to be first. We had a good summer last year. We want to be first. So everyone's jumped a little bit too early. And unfortunately, the collateral damage in that is the fans. You know, we go with that and think, oh, it's going to be his goodbye game. And it could be his goodbye game, but I don't know whether it will be. And Simon Stone coming out with United won't be held to ransom, they're not going to go that high. I mean, that's just the club talking, trying to cushion the blow if they have to walk away. I tell you, and I'll say it now, if Sporting Lisbon say it's £80 million or we're not selling, you've got to pay the money. United won't, but you've got to, because he's the player you want. Too many fans are falling into the trap of what they want you to. Oh, we're a business club. We can't overpay. We can't overpay. Why? Why does it matter to you, who only buys season tickets, shirts, merchandise? Why does it matter to you if we overpay for Bruno Fernandes? That club can afford it. They only don't want to overpay because they've got shareholders to pay. Not us. That money doesn't go into the transfer fund. We have got no issue with overpaying if it gets us the player that we want. That's how it should work as fans. Thanks for watching. Smash a like on the video. I'll be back later, 8 o'clock live, unless something else happens. Speak to you all soon.